Hello and welcome back to the Bridge YouTube channel, where we bring you all things Chelsea. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the latest transfer news in regards to Moises Caicedo, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, Gabri Veiga, Nicholas Jackson, and the latest news on Kalidou Koulibaly, which just came out as I'm recording. Let's get into it. So let's start with the latest news on Kalidou Koulibaly. As you know, Chelsea Football Club are happy to let him go, even though he seems a bit comfortable here. We already have like 5 sort of centre backs that we want to keep. We don't really need Kalidou Koulibaly, and as such, we don't need his services after a pretty poor season that he's had at the football club. Just breaking news right now from Santi JFM that Al Hilal have made their first proposal to Chelsea. We don't know if the player and Al Hilal's representative have spoke, but what we know is Al Hilal have made their first proposal to Kalidou Koulibaly. And as you know, these Saudi teams, they're putting big dollar contracts on there. And if I'm Koulibaly, bro, it's time to go, bro. Get that piece. You're 31, you're going to 32. You got a family to feed, bro. If you're going to get that much money, what's the point of staying at Chelsea Football Club, bro? Get that piece and move on. Thank you very much for your services, Kalidou Koulibaly. Now, let's get on to another breaking news, which has just happened as well. And that is in regards to Gabri Veiga. Apparently, we can be expecting a bid soon for Gabri Veiga to Chelsea Football Club. As you know, he plays as an 8 and he can possibly play in a 10 as well. I haven't done that much player profile analysis on Gabri Veiga, but I am planning to make a video hopefully tomorrow doing a player profile, looking at some of his strengths, some of his weaknesses as well, and then sort of giving you what my thoughts on opinions are on the player as well. But what I can tell you this is from Jacob Stansberg of The Guardian, that Gabri Veiga bid could be coming very soon to Chelsea. And now let's move on to Mr. Nicholas Jackson, a guy that, as you also know, I've made a player profile on, said that would be a good backup striker alongside a main striker that you're going to bring in to progress further and as such. And as you know, I said that he was a very good player, and I like the fact that, in such limited appearances, that he was able to score 12 goals and assist 4 times in La Liga for Villarreal as well, which is a very good team. Let's not make any mistakes about that at all. Apparently, we could be expecting a bid for him by Chelsea next week, which is big news, which means we're definitely going now for Nicholas Jackson. So, we're going to be waiting for next week, seeing if that bid's gone through. But if that happens, I'm quite happy to have a Nicholas Jackson. We're going to find out later a bit more about some Broha news. And if that happens, I can see a Nicholas Jackson be a perfect addition to the football club in my eyes. So, Nicholas Jackson, if you want to come to Chelsea Football Club and we agree something with you, make sure to come. And now, let's move on to the 3 big topics: Caicedo, Mount, and Havertz. Let's start with the one which has got the most news currently, and that is Kai Havertz. So, in regards to Kai Havertz, what we already knew was that Arsenal were in for him. A bid of around about 60 million should do it usually. And just before this news came out, the Times had been reporting that Arsenal was set to bid in excess of £55 million for Kai Havertz. And, that's a starting offer, and usually we know that's going to be rejected. And just now from the CFC news page, aka Nathan Gisling, we have found out that Chelsea have rejected Arsenal's bid. We don't know how much it is for currently, but we are due to find out. We can assume maybe it's for 55 million. As we all know, Chelsea want £75 million for Kai Havertz. So maybe, it's quite a bit more lower to it. But hopefully both clubs at the end of the day can come to the middle and find an agreement. You guys know my thoughts on Havertz. I made a video again on Kai Havertz yesterday discussing how much of a bust, in my opinion, he's been for the football club. As I said before, 19 goals in the Premier League this season, 32 goals in all 9 competitions that he's played in the 3 years at the football club, 47 goals and assists in the 3 years he's played at the football club in all competitions as well. Those are extremely damning statistics in my eyes, extremely damning statistics. And just a few moments ago, there was big breaking news that Bayern are entering the race now, and they are trying to get that Kai Havertz deal done as well. They apparently want Kai Havertz, and that Tuchel is pushing for him to be the new Bayern striker. So, to Taliban, we thank you for your services. Thank you for getting this done. Obviously, the club clearly is looking for some form of a race for Kai Havertz between Arsenal and Bayern, and we're going to see who wants him more. We shall see. At the end of the day, it only means we're going to be getting more P's at the football club. So why am I disappointed? Let's move on to the Mount news. It's not that much breaking news in regards to Mount. Other than that, apparently the 50 million bid from Man United to Chelsea is coming in, and that potentially could be the final bid. It probably will be 50 million as the main package plus some amount of money in add-ons, probably a 5 to 10 million. As I said before in my previous video again on Mason Mount, a 55 million bid plus 10 million add-ons probably would work. I see that probably happening as a more likely situation. So in my eyes, 55 plus 10 probably what will happen with Mason Mount. Although there are rumours that if this deal doesn't go through, Mount will just run down his contract and go as a free to Man United next season, which we don't want to happen. We just want to make sure we can get as much money as we can on him with a final year remaining on his contract deal. And finally, the big boy news, which is Caicedo. We found out last night from Pettigrew that Caicedo wants Chelsea Football Club. We've also found out from Fabrizio Romano that he loves the project at Chelsea Football Club as well. So clearly the player wants him, and we also know that player terms, between the club and the player in terms of a contract are all but a little bit done. So we know clearly that situation is going to be done. We also know from our good friend Fabrizio Romano that the negotiations are going to begin next week. And we've also learned that from Simon Jordan of The Athletic that a minimum of £100 million is wanted by Brighton for Caicedo. So, it's going to be a big bid. However, Felix Johnson today reported that Brighton are interested in both Broha and Conor Gallagher, and the club feel that a partial player exchange plus cash will be enough to get Caicedo to the football club. And in my eyes, if you can put in a Conor Gallagher plus... It depends on how much you value Conor Gallagher. I think we can value Conor Gallagher as around about £40 million. If you're able to then get Conor Gallagher for 40 million plus, I would say £60 million, where you do 40 million plus 50 million plus 10 million add-ons, I think that's a good deal for Brighton. And hopefully they'll accept. And, considering that both Todd Bowley has done good deals with them beforehand, hopefully, there's still that connection there. As I said before, 40 million plus 40 million for Conor Gallagher, plus 50 million, plus 10 million in add-ons. And then I think we're Gucci on that one. And, I spoke previously about Nicholas Jackson. If Broha also gets sent there on loan, it would make sense then that Nicholas Jackson comes in to be the main backup to whoever striker that might be. And actually, speaking of that main striker, it's been coming out as breaking news that Lautaro Martinez is open to joining Chelsea Football Club after having some talks with none other than Mauricio Pochettino. This is reported again by Felix Johnson. And again, this is not something I'm happy about. As you know, I would prefer Osimhen to Lautaro Martinez. I don't really like him. I feel like he's a bit average. He's not that good enough, particularly as we've seen from the UCL final. I don't think he's the striker for us. I would prefer us to go for other strikers, please. Please, Chelsea Football Club, let's not do this. Alright. Okay, everyone, that's the video for today. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe. I'm literally only 6 away as of this video from 100 subscribers. Let's get there, please. Let's get there, please. And if you want to find out more information, I'm going to leave 2 videos over here which will help you, to understand the video. One on Nicholas Jackson, so you guys can get more information on and about him. And then the other video that I'm going to be doing, which is on the none other than your good friend Caicedo. So you can find out a bit about him soon. And tune in again tomorrow. I will have a Gabriel Veiga video player profile breakdown for you, which you will all understand a bit more about him and why maybe Chelsea Football Club are looking at him. That will be all. Have a nice day, everyone. Keep safe. Peace.